Censorship does not mean restraining the expression of people. Censorship is actually imposed to protect them, according to Pelia. Censorship prevents the corruption of our children, our family, our community, and our nation as a whole. Censorship limits the amount of violence that is broadcasted on our television, as well as the obscene and vulgarity seen on television and in movies. According to Deasing, one of the first media censorships occurred when Elvis Presley appeared on stage on The Tonight Show. They actually recorded him from the waist up deliberately to prevent the swaying of the hips, because that was deemed sexual in nature. That censorship has obviously evolved throughout time, and we would not deem that as sexual in nature in today's society. However, censorship is very important to prevent the corruption of our children. Media censorship is heavily monitored on the advertisements of alcohol, drug, and cigarettes. This was originally supported by President Nixon, who signed legislation on April 1st in 1970, banning the cigarette ads on television and radio, according to Today in History. He was hoping that that would prevent Americans from using tobacco products, and that was a start of Americans realizing the impact that cigarettes had on our nation. And again, that came from the censorship of ads on TV and radio. Since 1990, according to Bellum, kids smoke 3 times less than they did in 1990. And again, I believe this is due to the censorship of smoking and drinking media advertisements. It's letting, back in 1990, they would have the cool cowboy on TV smoking a cigarette, or a camel for an advertisement, Cool Joe Camel, sponsoring these cigarette commercials. And, when I was younger, that gave the impression that smoking was cool and that was the thing to do. But as we've grown as a society and sponsored the censorship of media ads, it has actually impacted our children in a positive way. Again, censorship helps our children, but it also helps society and our nation as a whole. Censorship, protects the privacy of our families and friends. It protects our rights and race, and avoids speeches, derogatory comments on things that occur. If you think back to the tragic event of 9/11, there were very censored boundaries that were in place, and that was due to protect the privacy of those family and friends that had lost loved ones. You did not see tragic events whenever you turned on the TV on 9/11. Yes, it was a horrific event. We understood what was going on, but you did not see the blood and gruesome. And again, that was due to media censorship to protect our country and to protect our family and friends from the tragic loss that they incurred. What I'm asking you to do today is to call to action and become an active in censorship of media. Write a letter to your congressman or your corporate decision maker and announce your support of television censorship. As Americans, we watch so much television than we did in the 1950s, and it's important to provide censorship to our children and to our families. And as a community, we need to come together and protect our nation. Again, censorship does not mean restraining the expression of people. In fact, it's imposed to protect us, protect our children, protect our families, protect our nation, and sponsor censorship of media.